Hello everyone. Today we look at the grammar, which is about the complement of quantity. What does it mean? Right? We will look at the details, the structure, right? Adjective and numeral measure word phrase. What does it mean? That means before, as we mentioned, that you can make comparisons. For example, it's bigger, 大，多。贵，长 bigger, more expensive, longer. And this structure, numeral, the numbers, and measure word phrase, 号，个学生，块钱，公分. This kind of structure, following the adjectives, which tell how much is the difference. How much different? So for example, 大 how much bigger? 大一号 one size. 多 more or many. How many more? 90个学生 90 students more. 贵 more expensive. How much more expensive? 20块钱 $20. 长 long, longer. How much longer? 2公分 公分 means centimeters, which is a new word in the text. So in this structure, so that's why this structure, a numeral, a number, together with the measure word phrase, this kind of structure, normally we use it after adjectives to tell how much is the difference. And in this kind of structure, we call them complement of quantity. How many, how much, the quantity. We can put this structure after, so this is we call it quantity. We can put this structure after comparison, after a comparison with adjective. As we got to know it before, we have the comparison with adjective. For example, 这件衣服比那件衣服大. This is the comparison we mentioned before, comparisons with an adjective. This piece of clothes comparing to that piece of clothes bigger, or this one is bigger than that one. And the other comparison we learned earlier, right? 我们系比他们系多. Our faculty more than their faculty. 这本书比那本书贵. This book more expensive than that book. 这件比那件长. This piece is longer than that piece. But today, as you know how to mention this complement of quantity, a complement which give more details to the predicate. And this is a kind of complement which tell to what extent, or it tells how much, or how much difference. So we can put this kind of structure after comparisons. Then it tells to what extent it's different, or how much different. For example, 这件衣服比那件衣服大一号. So that means this piece of clothes is bigger than that piece of clothes. Bigger. How much bigger? 一号 one size. So this one is one size bigger than that one. 90个学生 Our faculty is more than their faculty. How many more? 90 students more. So our faculty has 90 students more than that faculty, and then their faculty. 多90个学生，这本书比那本书贵20块钱. This book is more expensive than that one. How much more expensive? $20. This piece is longer than that piece. How much longer? 2 centimeters. 2公分. So this is the complement of quantity. After introducing this structure, I would like you to think about this question. How to make a question asking about the differences. For example, if we know how to tell it's like one size bigger, then how do we make a question? How much bigger? We know it's more. We know how to say it's more. And how do we make a question? How many more? How much more? Or same as the or under the following is like how much longer? How much more expensive? So how do we make these kind of questions? Again, we look at these questions. How much? How many? This kind of question, we consider they are looking for information. If any question looking for information, normally same as all the other WH questions, we follow the statement. Only the information we don't know, we find a proper pronoun to take the place of it. For example, the number we don't know because this is a numeral, measure words, phrase, right? The number we don't know. So we can use a proper pronoun, which is 几, to take place of the one. Then the sentence become 这件衣服比那件衣服大几号. This piece of clothes is how much bigger than that one, or how many size bigger than that one. Because we don't know the number here, is it 1 or 2? So we use 几 to take a place. And this 几 work as a blank, waiting for people to fill in the information. Then this is the question. Right? These clothes is how much bigger than that one. Same as the rest. Our faculty has 90 students more than their faculty. Because we want to know how many more. Then in that case, the 90 is something we don't know, and we want to look for the information about this number. In that case, we can use a 几 to replace the number, or we use a 几 as a blank to looking for the number. Same as the rest. 这本书比那本书贵几块钱. How many dollars more expensive than that book? And this piece, 这件比那件长几公分. This piece is how many centimeters longer than that piece. And of course, if you don't know the numerals, you don't know the number, we can use 几 asking about the numbers you don't know. And we also can use 多少. 多少 and 几 somehow we can use both of them asking about numbers. However, 几 means a small number or a certain number. 多少 means any number, right? 多少 can replace any number, can present for any number. And with 多少, it's not necessarily to use a measure word. So in that case, if you want to look at this sentence, right? This sentence, there is a measure word. If you want to use 多少 to make the question, then the sentence can be like 我们系比他们系多少学生, and then the measure word could be omitted, right? Because with 多少, it's not necessarily to use a measure word. And after this, I want you to think about this question. How about the other kind of comparison we discussed earlier, which is the comparison with a verb or predicate? Compare the verbs. For example, 我知道的多, I know more. I know is a verb. How about those kind of comparison with verb or predicate? Then how do we tell the difference? Right? To what extent to what extent the two variables are different, right? So I would like you to leave your comments below this video. Right? Think about this. Comparison with a verbal predicate. How do we tell how much is the difference? That's for today. Thank you.